And here it is, Logitech K810 Bluetooth Illuminated keyboard. Now you're going to have to forgive the appearance of this box. This keyboard retails at about $100. I wanted to save some money, so I went ahead and got it off eBay. Which of course means you don't know who's been touching this thing. I went ahead and sterilized this. But let's take a look at this packaging. You know, Logitech, that's a quality company. A lot of companies out there making peripherals, especially mice, keyboards, all kind of who knows who. You can buy them at Big Lots. This here is a reputable brand. You all know Logitech. You know you're going to get a quality product. What I really like about this packaging, it's got a satin finish, and then some of the graphics here are glossy. That just draws the eye. It's a nice package. Not dissimilar to this James J. LaRue business card, where I have my logo glossy and the rest in satin. So obviously, someone at Logitech got a hold of my card, said, "Hey, James J's doing it. Let's do it." So let's see what they're doing on the inside of this box here. All right. So this is nice black box. Keyboard right on top. Very thin, genuine aluminum, kind of a pewter finish. Let's see what's in this box. Well, origami Chinese food flaps, mini USB, or no, micro USB, charging cable. And this is a nice cable. It's kind of got a silicone feel to it, and it has these little retaining clips on it. I mean, you probably got a million of these laying around, but this is a pretty nice one. This can be used only to charge the device. It has to be connected by Bluetooth for the keyboard functions. However, you can simultaneously charge it while you're using it. In case you end up with a dead battery and you need to type something up, you just plug it in and keep going. Instruction manuals. Nobody ever reads those. Okay, so that's the box. First, let's take a quick look at the layout. Standard QWERTY keys, directional keys, and you've got, of course, function keys 1 through 12, along with print screen and a combination delete insert key. And then on the tops of the keys here, secondary function is Bluetooth device 1 through 3. This switches between open apps, keyboard illumination down and up, play, pause, mute, volume down, volume up. This here is your home screen, and this is either calculator on Windows, or it'll call up the on-screen keyboard on iOS. On the back, you've got the pairing button, and on the side, you've got the power switch. And it's a bit hard to see, but it's red when it's off and green when it's on. No other buttons on this. And then just the one micro USB charging port on the back. So the reason I got this, I'm traveling a lot. I like having a compact keyboard for use of my tablet or even my phone. Or perhaps with my computer, I can carry this around the room while I'm watching movies or whatever. So it's basically like a remote control. You know, obviously in a compact keyboard like this with full-size keys, you're not going to have a numeric keypad. That might not matter to you. For me, I mostly use that in programs like Reaper or in Photoshop, where perhaps the Enter key here and the Enter key on the numeric keypad do different functions. So you may or may not need that, but for on the go, for Android, and for just general typing, this has all the keys I need. I've bought other keyboards previously, and they didn't have all the buttons. I got them home, I realized there's no insert, delete, there's no print screen, and these are keys I actually use a lot when I'm working on documents, or if I just want to grab a shot of the screen on Windows. So I took that shit back and I got me this. The main reason I like this is the typing feel. I mean, and I'm able to type really well on this. It's kind of got, I guess, that pebble style keys, whatever you want to call them, chiclet type keys. I really like it. And let's go through some of the features of this device. You can pair it with 3 different Bluetooth devices, right? So say you got a tablet, a phone, a TV, something like that, different computers. So you can just have this sitting on your desk. Boom, hey TV, I want to see this. Boom, computer, yo, YouTube, whatever. And you can just switch between devices. You only got 2 hands. You're not going to be typing on 2 things at once, right? So really, you can just have this sitting there and switch between your 3 devices and they remain paired. That's pretty nice, and that's one of the selling points. Now when you turn it on, you can see right away the illumination is on. Let's go ahead and turn this light out, okay, so we can get a look at the illumination. Now the illumination on these keys will automatically shut off after so many seconds. That's good, that saves your battery. And other models of keyboards have the same kind of a feature, but to reactivate the illumination, you need to start typing again. This keyboard just has a proximity sensor, so you just sort of wave your hand around it, or indeed your tail, whatever appendage, and the lights will come right back on, so you don't have to go ahead and actually type before you can see where you're trying to type. Now let's talk about the way the backlighting works on this particular keyboard. F5 and F6 are brightness up and down. You can see that goes up and down. Now once you touch one of those, it's going to go ahead and stay at that brightness level until you turn off the device and then turn it back on, which reinitiates the automatic brightness adjustment mode. Somewhere in here, there's some kind of optical sensor. So in a bright room, the illumination goes down. In a dark room, it'll get brighter, etc., whatnot. However, the proximity sensor still works. It comes back onto my desired setting, which was pretty high. I'll turn this back down. Now, I really like the illumination on this keyboard. Not only, as I said, can you clearly see the labels on the keys when the illumination is completely off, but you don't get too much leakage around the edges of the keys. I know on some illuminated keyboards and illuminated laptop keyboards that I've had, you see more light around the key than the label on the key itself. So I really like the balance they've got here, and as you can see, the Logitech logo also lights up, so people know you're using a quality device. This device is completely pair and play on Android, on Windows 7, 8, and RT, as well as iOS on your iPad or your iPhone. Now, it's not going to have the key layout that you'd expect for an Apple device, and Logitech does make the K810 that going to have your familiar command key, Apple key, and whatnot. Y'all know James J doesn't use any Apple products. I won't even install QuickTime on my PCs. So you're going to have to test that out for yourself, but I do know that officially this product does work with the iOS. I'll put a link in the description as well as right now on screen for a piece of software called Setpoint from Logitech. You can download it from their website for free, and this allows you to adjust the settings for your mouse. I also have Logitech mouse, or for your keyboard, and here you can change what happens when you press the switch applications key, the home key. I went ahead and reassigned that to the actual home key on a keyboard. I use that a lot in digital audio workstations or nonlinear editors to go to the beginning of the edit. Now, in order to file that keystroke as my custom setting, I had to plug in this cheap little USB keyboard here and hit that home key so it knew, that's what I wanted that function to do. But once I set it up, that key now always takes me home, and since the keyboard doesn't have a physical home key on it, it was easy enough to set that up. Calculator button can do a few different tasks, and in any case you can just assign a custom keystroke. Now here's another one here, swap F key functions, and what this does, basically it switches between the F1 through 12 being the default action of these keys, or the top function on the top label of these keys. So you either have to press function to get the F keys, or you'll have to press function to get the other functions on top of this, right? Now I know a lot of you need a bunch of help, so you want to make sure in either case you get that F1 ready. So let's talk a little bit more about the design of this product. First of all, compared to other Bluetooth portable illuminated keyboards that I tried before ending up with this one, it's a little more expensive, but honestly, I think it's worth it. If you're spending a lot of time typing, it's really worth it. It gets pretty frustrating. I'm able to go just as fast on this keyboard as any other one. There's also a lot of nice little design touches that I really like. For instance, let me get a shot of this. It's actually at a slight incline. It seems very slight, but it's just enough of an angle to really make typing feel comfortable. Other ultra portable keyboards that I've had were just completely flat. And ergonomically, I mean, you could tell. One thing I'd be worried about, since this has an internal battery and is rechargeable, although that's really convenient, how long is that battery going to last before it won't hold a charge anymore? Now, in the booklet, it explains how to remove the battery at end of life. Now, they're probably thinking when it's time to throw this keyboard away, they want you to recycle that battery. But if you look, the battery does have some quick connects on the end of it. And eBay's pretty good at having all kind of different batteries for different devices. You might have to dig around, but it is possible you might find a replacement battery for this. The main device I bought this keyboard to use with is the Samsung Galaxy Note Pro 12.2. And as you can see, this thing is practically the same width, same sort of rounded corners. I mean, it really goes nice with this unit. Almost looks like you got a little laptop right here. Let's go ahead and pair this up and see how that go. First thing you got to do, of course, turn on your keyboard. Then you got to go to the bottom here, hit this connect button. Bazam! Now you see all three buttons. Let's make this device number 1. Just go ahead and press Bluetooth device number 1. Then you got to go here in Android. Make sure your Bluetooth is on. I just go ahead and do a long press. Here we go. Let's see. Scan. Okay, so it's looking for it. Available devices. There it is. Okay, so you got to do it a little bit quick. Go ahead and press this. So we got to enter this code on the keyboard. So it doesn't have the quick pairing, but that's probably good. So you don't have people looking up to your shit you don't want. Okay, 5, 2. All right, enter. And there it is, connecting, and it's connected. Let's go ahead, let's see, home. There you go. Arrow keys. Everything's working. Let's go ahead and open an app here. Okay, now on some apps, you're not really going to use the keyboard. Okay, so on this one, play is operated by spacebar. This is Caustic 3.0. Volume works. This is a beat I'll be working on right here. What you feel about this beat? Anyway, that's some shit I'll be working on. I'll be coming out soon. Go back to your desktop here, home key. I think escape also does that same thing. You can browse around. Now here's where this really comes in handy. I'm gonna go ahead and open up H-Word. This is Handcomb Office. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let's open a set list to one of my recent gigs here. Okay. Now you can see some of the tunes we were doing. This has a lot of the features that you would use on Windows. For instance, if you hold down Shift and go right or left, it selects, go up and down. And these are things I use all the time when I'm copying and pasting. It's a little bit inconvenient in Android without the keyboard. You got to hold your finger down and then you try to... Now, this works pretty good. I got the font real big because this is a set list. Yeah, I want to be able to see it, but I really like just to be able to use the keyboard. And of course, Control-A will select everything, you know what I mean? Control-C will copy everything, Control-V. So all your shortcuts you're used to on PC are going to work now on Android if you're using an app that supports them, like Handcomb Office here, which I do like. Now let's just see how it is with web browsing. Go over here to, let's open Chrome. At an Android forum was my last opened? Let's go here. Let's see, we're on Google, let's see. Just go do a quick little search here. Now you can see up and down keys. Let me see what print screen. Print screen on Android too. Does the screen capture just like it would on Windows. That's nice. Good, great. Good. So now let's try pairing it to two different devices and switching back and forth. Now we already went ahead and paired the keyboard up to the Galaxy tablet as device number 1. Let's go ahead and see what we'd have to do to pair device number 2 as the keyboard for the laptop here. This is my Asus or Asus gaming laptop that I absolutely love because it's got 32 gigs of RAM. Suck it. Okay, so right here we just simply go back to this keyboard, go ahead and press ba-doop boop. We're gonna say number 2. Now on Windows, if you're in the desktop view, I just go over here to this little Bluetooth icon and add a Bluetooth device, which takes you to the OSK Bluetooth Travel Mouse. It's looking, it's searching, there it is. Keyboard Logitech, go ahead, boom, pair. It'll probably give me another code I'm supposed to enter. Yep, 097368, enter. Boom. And there it goes. Logitech Bluetooth Illuminated Keyboard K810. Connected. Okay, let's do escape here. Let's see. Windows key desktop. Okay, back to here now. If you're used to using the Metro interface, you can just go to your PC settings tile and that'll take you into your Bluetooth. But for me, you know, so here I am editing the next Shred Stars joint. Let's see, I can press play. Let me get back here. Okay, that's going. Go ahead and I can, all the keys working. Alright, and then let's go back over here. Now I just go ahead and I press device 1. Next thing you know, boom, back with this, back working on. So let's say I'm right here, I'm looking for pictures or something, found it, whatever, I want to go over here, just press button number 2 here. Next thing you know, I'm operating the PC again. Now obviously I wouldn't be doing that with the keyboard open right here, but let's say I had this folded and I'm just using an external monitor as my primary monitor. I could go ahead and have a pretty clean desktop with just this keyboard controlling up to 3 devices. Unfortunately, try as I might, it won't pair with my vintage 80s Stack Challenge gaming. Now the nice thing about Logitech being an internationally distributed, well-known mainstream brand is that you'll see other companies make accessories for this model of keyboard. Right here on eBay, I found a silicone black keyboard cover case. It'd be nice to protect that aluminum finish from all that wine and sodas that you're drinking, or protect it from scrapes and scuffs and scraps. And right here on Amazon from Cosmos, I found a neoprene carrying case. I'll probably go ahead and get one of these for all my adventure travels. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. It is that great. However, I do recommend, do like me, get this thing used off eBay or something like that. I got it at about half price. $100 is a bit steep, although the quality of the keys, the key feel, everything about it really is top of the line. It's ultra portable. It's got that nice little bit of an angle to it. Rechargeable over USB, controls 3 devices. And I mean, I can't say enough about how great it is. Unless you need Macintosh keys or a numeric keypad, you might want to get another model similar to this one. Otherwise, get you one.